The Mysterious Package. Chapter 7. The land of the two moons. Maya felt herself tumbling through a kaleidoscope of colors, her senses overwhelmed by the intensity of the light. Then, as suddenly as it began, the light subsided, leaving her in a state of disorientation. She opened her eyes slowly, blinking against the unfamiliar light. She was no longer in her bedroom. Instead, she found herself standing on a vast, sandy plain. The sky above her a tapestry of two moons. One, a silver crescent, hung low on the horizon, while the other, a fiery red orb, cast an eerie glow over the landscape. The air was dry and hot, the silence broken only by the whisper of the wind. Towering pyramids, their surfaces shimmering with an otherworldly light, rose majestically in the distance, casting long, ominous shadows across the sand. Maya, bewildered, looked around, her heart pounding. Where was she? What had happened? Suddenly, a voice, deep and resonant, echoed through the air. "Welcome, child!" It boomed, sending shivers down her spine. Maya whirled around, searching for the source of the voice. But there was no one there, just the endless expanse of sand, the two moons, and the towering pyramids. Feeling a surge of fear, Maya took a hesitant step forward. The sand beneath her feet was soft and warm, the air thick with the scent of spices and something else. Something ancient and forgotten. As she walked, the pyramids seemed to grow larger, their intricate carvings coming into focus. Strange symbols, unknown to her, adorned their surfaces, glowing faintly in the moonlight. She felt a presence watching her, a feeling of being observed, but she couldn't see anything. The silence, broken only by the sound of her own footsteps, was unnerving. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows of a nearby pyramid. It was the woman from her dream, her eyes glowing with an intense, emerald green light. "You have arrived," she said, her voice a low, melodious hum. "Welcome to the land of the two moons." Maya, speechless, could only stare at her. The woman's appearance was even more striking in person. Her skin shimmered with an iridescent sheen. Her hair, the color of midnight, flowed down her back in long, silken waves. "I am Isis," the woman declared, "guardian of this realm, keeper of the ancient secrets." Maya, still reeling from the shock of her arrival, could only whisper, "Isis? Like the Egyptian goddess?" Isis smiled, a knowing glint in her eyes. "Indeed, child, though I am but a reflection, a remnant of the past." Chapter 8. The trials of the pyramids. Isis led Maya deeper into the heart of the pyramid complex. The air grew cooler, the silence more profound. As they walked, Maya noticed strange symbols glowing on the walls, their light pulsing with an eerie rhythm. "These are the trials," Isis explained, her voice a whisper. "Tests of courage, wisdom, and strength." Maya, despite her fear, felt a surge of excitement. She had always yearned for adventure, for something more than the ordinary life she had known. The first trial awaited them before a towering pyramid adorned with intricate carvings of serpents and scorpions. "This one tests your courage," Isis said. You must face your deepest fears. Maya, her heart pounding, stepped into the shadows of the pyramid. As she entered, the air grew heavy, the silence broken by the sound of her own rapid heartbeat. Suddenly, she found herself face to face with a monstrous creature, its eyes glowing with malevolent intent. It was a creature of nightmares, a grotesque amalgamation of shadows and fear. Maya, paralyzed with terror, could only stare at the creature. But then, she remembered her dad's words. Face your fears, Maya. They are not as strong as you think. Drawing upon a newfound strength, she took a deep breath and stepped forward. The creature snarled, its teeth bared, but Maya did not flinch. She focused on the creature's eyes, trying to see past the fearsome facade. And then, she saw it. The dust creature was not as powerful as it seemed. It was merely a manifestation of her own fears, a figment of her imagination. With a surge of courage, Maya reached out and touched the creature. It dissolved into a cloud of smoke, vanishing into thin air. The entrance to the pyramid shimmered and vanished, leaving Maya standing alone in the desert. She had passed the first trial. Chapter 9. The Riddle of the Sphinx. The next trial awaited them before a massive statue of a sphinx, its face carved with an expression of serene wisdom. This one tests your intellect, Isis said. You must solve the riddle. The sphinx, its eyes seemingly alive with intelligence, spoke in a voice that echoed across the desert. What has life but no breath, a body but no death, and always comes to pass but never arrives? Maya, her mind racing, pondered the riddle. What has life but no breath? A river, the wind. Then it hit her. Time! She exclaimed. The sphinx smiled, its voice a low rumble. Correct. You have passed. The entrance to the sphinx's lair shimmered and vanished, leaving Maya feeling a sense of accomplishment. She was beginning to understand. These trials were not just tests of courage and intellect. They were tests of her character, her ability to overcome obstacles and grow. As they continued their journey, Maya noticed a change in herself. She felt stronger, more confident. The fear that had gripped her initially was slowly fading, replaced by a sense of wonder and excitement. Isis watched her with a knowing smile. You are learning, child, she said. You are discovering the strength within you. Maya, feeling a surge of gratitude, looked at Isis. Thank you, Isis, for guiding me, for helping me. Isis smiled. You have a long way to go, child, but I have faith in you. And with that, they continued their journey, deeper into the heart of the land of the two moons, ready to face the remaining trials and uncover the secrets that lay hidden within the pyramids. Chapter 10. The Test of Compassion. The next trial awaited them before a pyramid adorned with intricate carvings of weeping figures. This one tests your compassion, Isis said. You must help those in need. As they approached the pyramid, Maya heard a faint sound of whimpering. Following the sound, they discovered a group of small winged creatures huddled together in the shadows. They resembled birds, but their feathers were the color of moonlight, and their eyes glowed with an ethereal light. These are the moonbirds, Isis explained. They have been injured, their wings clipped by a cruel sorcerer. The moonbirds, their delicate wings drooping, looked at Maya with pleading eyes. Maya felt a surge of sympathy for the creatures. She had always loved animals, and the sight of these injured creatures touched her deeply. "Don't worry," she whispered, gently stroking the feathers of a small moonbird. "I will help you." Isis provided Maya with a vial of shimmering liquid. "This will heal their wings," she said. "But you must use it wisely, with kindness and compassion." Maya carefully applied the liquid to each moonbird's wing, speaking softly to them, soothing their fears. As she did so, she felt a warm glow spread through her, a feeling of deep satisfaction. Slowly, miraculously, the moonbird's wings began to mend. Their feathers regained their luster, and they began to flutter, testing their newfound strength. Soon, they were soaring through the air, their cries of joy echoing through the desert. Maya watched them fly, a smile spreading across her face. She had helped the moonbirds, and in doing so, she had passed the trial of compassion. Chapter 11. The Hall of Memories. The final trial awaited them within the largest pyramid of them all. As they entered, the air grew heavy with the weight of history. The walls were adorned with murals depicting scenes from a forgotten past, showing beings of light and shadow engaged in an epic battle. Isis led Maya through a series of chambers, each filled with strange artifacts and ancient symbols. Finally, they reached a vast chamber, its walls lined with glowing crystals. In the center of the chamber stood a giant, shimmering sphere. "This is the Hall of Memories," Isis explained. "Here, you will confront the past, both your own and that of this forgotten world." Maya, hesitant but determined, stepped towards the sphere. As she approached, images began to flicker across its surface. She saw glimpses of her own life, memories she had long forgotten, moments of joy and sorrow, triumphs and failures. Then, the images shifted, revealing scenes from a time long past. She saw beings of light battling beings of shadow, witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations, and felt the echoes of ancient battles. The memories were overwhelming, a torrent of emotions washing over her. Fear, sadness, anger, and ultimately, a profound sense of peace. As the visions faded, Maya felt a sense of clarity she had never experienced before. She understood the importance of history, the lessons learned from the past, the importance of remembering and honoring the struggles and triumphs of those who came before. She had faced her own past, both the good and the bad, and emerged stronger, wiser. She had passed the final trial. Chapter 12. The Awakening. Isis smiled, her eyes filled with pride. "You have passed all the trials, Maya. You have proven yourself worthy." Maya, feeling a sense of accomplishment she had never known before, looked around the chamber. The glowing crystals seemed to dim, the air growing lighter. "What happens now?" she asked, her voice trembling slightly. Isis placed a hand on Maya's shoulder. "Now, you must return. But you will never be the same. You will carry the wisdom of the past, the strength of your spirit, and the compassion that resides within you." The sphere began to shimmer, its light growing brighter. Maya felt herself being drawn towards it, a sense of longing filling her heart. "Farewell, Isis," she whispered, her voice filled with gratitude. "Thank you for everything." Isis smiled. "Farewell, Maya. May your journey be filled with light and purpose." And then, Maya was engulfed by the light of the sphere. She felt herself tumbling through space and time, a whirlwind of emotions swirling around her. Chapter 13. Back to reality. When Maya finally opened her eyes, she found herself back in her own bedroom. The rain had stopped, and the sun was streaming through the window, casting a warm glow on the room. She sat up, disoriented, trying to piece together the events of the past few hours. The land of the two moons, the trials, Isis. It all felt like a dream, yet so incredibly real. She looked down at her hands, expecting to see some mark, some sign of her extraordinary journey. But there was nothing. Had it all been a dream? A vivid, fantastical dream. Then she noticed it. The red stone, lying on her bedside table, glowed faintly, emitting a soft, warm light. She picked it up, holding it gently in her hand. The swirling sun symbol seemed to pulse with an inner light, a reminder of her incredible journey. She knew, with a certainty that defied logic, that her life would never be the same. She had faced her fears, discovered her inner strength, and learned the importance of compassion. And though she might never fully understand the meaning of her journey, she knew that the wisdom she had gained, the lessons she had learned, would stay with her forever. She had changed. She was no longer just Maya, the ordinary girl from Antalya. She was Maya, the girl who had journeyed to the land of the two moons, faced her fears, and discovered the extraordinary within herself.